All right, this is the next part of the database management system. Here we are going to see the function and the importance of the database administrator. Of course, as we said, we know database administrator is a person who is responsible for the database installing, managing, configuring, and setting standards, monitoring, giving access to users. All this comes under this person's role as managing the data. So here is a definition of a database administrator, and in the next slide we will also see what are his functions or his or her function as a database administrator. Of course, a database administrator needs to be a person who is trained, qualified in managing data, installing. So when we look at some of the functions, they are given here. One is installing, upgrading database. Of course, we will be having server and applications. So installing, upgrading, managing, then how to store the data, what are the requirements, how to modify the data, its structure, what are necessary, what are to be stored, then enrolling users and maintaining system security, who will use, how much will they get access to database. So that is managing the users, ensuring compliance of the database, license agreement, etc. Controlling and monitoring user access to the database, monitoring and optimizing the performance of the database. It's not enough to store a data, but also how optimized and how the database is performed. So fine-tuning it now and then occasionally planning backup recovery in case the data is lost, in case data is corrupt, how do you backup, how do you recover the data, then archiving the data, that is storing, then backing up, restoring database, then contacting database vendor for technical support when required, then generating various records based on conditions from the data. So imagine you have a database of students of the college. So how do you manage? How do you give access? Whom all would you give access? How do you control? How do you back up? How do you restore data in case corrupt, in case lost? And there are different records that will be recorded based on different conditions. So all these are some of the functions of a database administrator. And a database administrator is a central qualified person who has knowledge of database and also technical knowledge of system monitoring, system control, and from the system side, along with better network qualified person, so that we are able to manage data. So these two sessions of video sum up data, database, functions of database, advantages, disadvantages, and the role of a database administrator. Thank you.